Hi everyone, warriwarri here, showing you the battle pad system on the Mr. Funaria Beta. Keep in mind that this is beta and things are subject to change. First of all, an often asked question, how do you open the battle pad journal? Well, that's pretty simple. It's in the bar on the bottom of your screen with the character pane and the achievements tab and whatever, that bar, you know what I'm talking about. If for some reason you have add-ons that delete that bar, like me, it's originally bound to Shift P. You can just click that and it opens. If you want to change that keybind, just go to the menu, keybinds, scroll down a bit and then you'll find the toggle pad journal. You can just change it there. Now that you got that out of the way, let's look at the battle pad journal. Over here you got a list of all the pets that are available in the game. On the top there are the ones you already have and the grey ones are the ones you don't have. Which is great because now you can easily look up pets you're missing and you can just mouse over their icon to view where you can get them. And this is from a pet battle in Vale of Eternal Blossom, so it's just a wild pet. But if you want this one, you need to go to the Children's Week World event. Also there is in red here, this pet is not tradable. So at the moment they're planning to make only wild pets tradable and some otherwise obtainable pets that are probably just from vendors anyway. So this one is tradable, this one is not, this one is not, this one is not, etc. Alright, if you want to look at one of your pets more specifically, you can look at the adder called Bob. You can just, when you click on him, it opens up this new pane and you can view his HP, his power, his speed and his quality. His HP is his HP, of course. His power increases how much his abilities hit. And the speed is, once you're in a pet battle, the one with the highest speed will attack first every round, so it's a big deal to have high speed. You can never choose what you get, but just you can look at the first stat and it will just increase those stats every time it levels up. At this moment only wild pets have a quality, and I'm not sure if they're going to change that. After all, this is beta. That quality can range from poor to rare, which poor being the worst and rare being the best. The better the quality, the more stats like HP, power and speed they get every time they level up. So it's good to have rare pets. Rare pets really are rare. There is even an achievement to just catch a rare pet. Right. And now let's look at the abilities. First thing you need to know is that in every row of 2 abilities you can only pick one. So I can only pick Bite or Poison Fang, Hiss or Counter Strike, Vicious Fangs or Burrow. Every level 1 pet only has one ability, the top 1 lab. You get a new ability at 2, 4, 10, 15 and 20. Mostly the first ability is just a normal hit. The second one is either a debuff or buff, a weather effect, something like that. And the third one can be anything. It can be immune, it can be you make yourself untargetable for 2 turns and then attack. It can be it really can be whatever. There's so many different abilities. And then it's really about making a good combination, because it's not always the best to just take the bottom 3. Sometimes you need one of the top ones to either buff one of the other ones, or they're just stronger sometimes, because the buff one can be strong against a certain type of pet and the other one can be strong against another. Now that we're talking about type of pets, every pet has a different type. The adder is a beast. If you look at the alpine chipmunk, he is a critter. The blue clockwork robot bot is mechanical, and there are tons of different types. And the types just defines whether it takes more or less damage from certain abilities. So as you can see, the mechanical takes 50% more damage from elemental attacks and 33% less damage from magic attacks. Every attack itself also has a type. So there's like this one is missile, has mechanical. This one's mechanical. This one is mechanical, 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 mechanical. Not every class, just every pet just has 6 of the same. This one has beast, beast, and dragonkin, and this one is just completely humanoid. Yeah. Yeah. Every type also has a passive effect, like the mechanical. The first time he dies, he just comes back to 25% HP instantly. The dragonkin, they do more damage when they the turn after they bring their opponent below 25%. Beasts do more damage when they're low on HP. So yeah, there's really a ton of different factors you need to make account of when you're trying to be the very best there, like no one ever was. Pets also level. Mostly winning one battle dings you to level 2, and they can get to a max level of 25. I currently have a level 11, level 12, and another level 11. I got some level 10s and some level 8s or whatever. So yeah, I'm just getting started actually. If you right click one of the pets on the left, you get a drop down menu. You can just summon him like a normal companion. Uh, Off topic a bit. Every wild pet you catch you can use as a companion. I know a lot of people have been asking this question, and yes you can. Every wild pet, which is really cool. But yeah, you can also rename it, so you can make the beetle called whatever you want. You can call it an eagle if you want. The system doesn't care. One of the best things of this system is you can make it a favorite, and so it's easier to find later, and that's really helpful if you can imagine having 500 pets and you only like 10 of them, and you have to find the 10 of them every time you want to see them or whatever. It's really a lot easier to make them favorite, and you can then use the filter menu to only show favorites. There you go, and you show the favorites, and under there is just all the pets you don't have, but that doesn't really matter because you just have the best pets on top here. Now that we're talking about the filter menu, let's see what it can do. It can show you just collected, just non-collected, only favorites. You can sort it on, you can sort it, you can only filter it on pet families or type, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of annoying because every time you click it, the menu disappears, but that'll be hotfixed soon, I suppose. You can just uncheck them all and then click whatever you want, elemental, and you only see elemental pets. So that's really nice because sometimes you either know a friend of you who uses beasts, whatever, and beasts take more from mechanical, so you only want to get your mechanical pets in or whatever. There's so much to take account, and it just makes it a lot easier to find them. You can also filter by what source you found it. So that means either it drops from a boss, you get it from a quest, you buy it in a vendor, blah blah blah. You can just like uncheck it all and then search for pet battle, and these are all the pets you can find in the wild at the moment, and as you can see there are tons and tons, like the jade oozling and the larva, the lava crab, the leopard tree frog, etc. There's so much. So yeah, that's pretty much the pet battle journal. So let's have a look at how you actually fight in this game. Now as you can see, you have, when you learn the battle pet system or the battle pet ability, it's passive that allows you to fight pets, and also have this ability called track pets on your minimap. That's really helpful because that just makes you see a little green paw every time there is a wild companion near you. So like I predicted, here is a mouse, and I'm just gonna battle that mouse here with those mobs around me. I just zone out so I can't get attacked by mobs while I'm doing this, which is really great. Now as you can see, my opponent has an adorable portrait, but he is a critter, so he takes 50% from extra damage from beast and less from humanoids. Well, I don't have any beast attacks on this one, so I'm just gonna use my strongest solo target attack, which is better. It just does 1 to 3 hits for about 100 damage. I also have a sort of damage over time effect. I just throw this at him, and then for the next 5 turns his active pet, or the active opponent's pet, just get hits for a small amount of damage. And I have the sticky grenade, which is really cool, but unfortunately it's not yet implemented, so it's not working correctly. Sometimes it does hit for 340, sometimes it doesn't hit at all, sometimes it only hits for 50. It's really buggy still. Basically what it does is it throws a grenade and it will detonate after 3 turns. So you can just use that. Even if he switches the pets, his old pet will still get hit then. As you can see, my opponent somehow found a chicken to accompany him. He's standing behind him. You can mouse over him, you can watch his ability next to my mouse, which is flying. You can check what abilities he has, his stats, etc. Yeah, I also have my battle feed behind me. I should have a third one, but I think he's dead. Yeah, another thing about the portraits, you see that my blue clockwork robot bot has a yellow line around it. That means his speed stat is higher than the ones of my opponent, so he'll attack first every turn, which is a really big plus. Yeah, so you have 3 abilities. In the pet journal you can switch them, but you can't switch them while in combat, which makes a lot of sense, of course. So you just have to make them before the combat, and then you can change them afterwards again. No, you don't have to buy any tomes or inks or whatever. It's just free to change whenever you want. You can also switch your pet. That will cost 1 turn though, so be aware, because your opponent will just get 1 free hit, which kinda sucks. But yeah. Sometimes it's worth it if your pet is dying, or if your pet is really crappy against the other's type. So I'm just gonna quickly finish this fight off. Oh yeah, one last thing. If your opponent is a wild pet and he gets below 35%, you get the option to trap. And yeah, so you can just battle wild pet, get him under 35%, and you can trap him. This trap doesn't have 100% guarantee. Eventually, if you get different achievements, you get stronger traps, which increase the chance of capturing a pet. I should be fine right now because he's only level 10, but we never know. No, as you can see, you throw a crate and it then has a certain amount of chance to miss or succeed. Let's try again. Yeah, this time I succeeded. The crate fell on the mouse and I caught the mouse. Even though I caught the mouse, I still have to fight his friend, the chicken. I'm just gonna do that. Oh shit, he flew off. That just leaves him untargetable, and then next attack he will dash down and hit me pretty hard. But yeah, I will survive. This is the smoke screen I was talking about earlier. It will just do a little bit of damage every turn. So yeah, as you see, he attacks, I attack, and then the smoke screen. He dodged this the smoke screen, which is possible, and I killed him anyway. So GG, I caught a mouse, I defeated the chicken, and my pets got experience. As you can see, I just caught a mouse. If you catch him at level 10, he's also level 10 right away, which is pretty great. And he also has all this abilities you want, etc, etc. So, and if you feel like battling other players, you have a little button here called Find Battle, and it's pretty much the same as looking for raid or dungeon finder. You just queue up and you will fight a random player, and you'll get ported to a sort of arena, but it's just in a zone now, like in the Barrens or the Rotar. And yeah, at the moment I really hope they'll change it, but now I've faced opponents with just 1 pet, or with just 1 level 1 pet even, so yeah, you just one-shot them. And I faced opponents with level 20 pets that just one-shotted me, and I really hope they're not gonna let that happen, because that just gets all the fun out of it. But yeah, that was the Battle Pet Journal or the battle pet system on beta so far. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll be posting a lot of videos on YouTube in the next couple of days and weeks. So yeah, subscribe, like, whatever you want, tell all your friends. I'm a great guy, I know it. Thank you for watching. See you later.